Shona.
I have no issue admitting Dangerous Animals is one of the best shark movies in a long time. Not that there's that many good shark movies. I mean, there's Jaws. You got stuff like Bait, The Shallows, maybe Sharknado, movies that focus on realistic scenarios, some simplicity. But this Australian feature actually has a unique setup that it handles pretty flawlessly, and even makes logical sense. You don't have sharks acting in an unrealistic manner. Obviously, we give Jaws a pass. This movie addresses that sharks aren't actually evil, but not in a very heavy-handed way. It remains suspenseful and pretty horrifying all the way through, while even fitting in a decent amount of humor. My favorite is the running CCR gag with the song Ooby Dooby. I don't know why it had to be a thing either. And the movie gets off to a good start by giving our leads some proper development. It could have so easily just relied on its premise, a charismatic psychopath feeding women to sharks. Don't get me wrong, Tucker is a fantastic villain played by Jai Courtney, easily the quote-unquote show stealer, while Zephyr and Moses are also serviceable leads. I can't say they're especially memorable. Moses is, despite his best efforts, kind of useless, one of the movie's weaker qualities. But Zephyr is a likable enough heroine who does get the job done, and upon the two meeting, at first not getting along, realizing they have a lot in common, and a romantic night in her van, it seems they're meant to be. And the problem is she's one of those better off alone people for reasons they don't really get into, but for a movie like this, it isn't really needed. This way he can ask if they can meet up, she can begrudgingly not answer, meaning when shit goes down, the possibility of an easy rescue can be, well, shot.
Isn't that convenient?
Like I said, it's the right amount of development for this kind of movie. It gives Moses a good enough reason to try to find her. And when we see he's feeding his victims to sharks and taping it, it leads into some pretty intense sequences. Dangling above sharks and being slowly dropped in. These scenes are really well done. Slow pace, the dialogue from Tucker, even explaining how sharks think, it's not illogical. And given the movie's budget, they don't do anything stupid and show more than they should. That's a big deal, it's why a lot of shark movies aren't that great. But while Zephyr is a lead we can root for, and we definitely want to see Tucker get his comeuppance, we can't deny how great of a psychopath he is. It's like the perfect balance, it's not overdone. He does the whole shark appreciation thing, has tons of comedic lines, but he's also terrifying. He gets off on his victims dying, he keeps tapes of them to re-watch. Yeah, the whole dance he does is kind of pushing it, but I'm not gonna complain. They really know how to keep your attention, most of what happens is relevant, a couple things aren't, but for the most part you are going to be invested. They pretty much make sure of that, though there are a few snags, so let's get into the spoilers. You've been warned. Going by the trailer, you may think Zephyr and Heather are going to be in a lot of the movie, given she has a backstory, a mother she left on bad terms with, but instead she ends up being the one person who gets killed, and it's definitely a scene. It's not excessive, but it is intense, and the way she cries for her mother is, dare I say, a nice touch that adds a lot of feeling. It fits in with Tucker's obsession, the way he passionately films it. But to keep the plot moving, some escape attempts have to happen, and in this case it's using the waste bucket handle to shank him. This doesn't kill him, and the escape attempt, of course, fails, but it isn't irrelevant. In the chaos, the camera gets destroyed, meaning he has to get a new one at a thrift store for some reason. Don't know why that has to be. Allowing Moses to get inside the boat, which I guess is kind of irrelevant. He does almost become the next attraction, and it is a good scene, but he doesn't really do anything. Yeah, he is forced to watch the climax play out, and he does get severely wounded, but even saving him isn't the most pressing concern. He's unfortunately useless, he's still likable, but if he died, I wouldn't be shedding a tear. Another issue is meandering slightly too long, despite the not very long runtime. I get stuff has to happen, but after the tried and true method of breaking her thumb to escape the handcuffs fails, she bites off her own thumb. Then after a pretty brutal fight, she escapes to land, but she's still caught and taken back, so it's another pointless scene. I'm not a big fan of life-changing injuries that are self-inflicted, leading to nothing, but again, it's not that big of a deal. The climax is still fantastic. Obviously, Tucker meets his end similar to his victims, but let's just say it's done in a pretty spectacular fashion. My final nitpick is Zephyr being dragged in the water by the rope and Moses passing out. I don't know why that's needed. I guess to make Moses seem more relevant, as in gotta get help immediately. But her making the Ooby Dooby song into a one-liner is fucking amazing. I don't think you'll ever guess what the end credits song is. Despite a couple flaws, it is one of the better shark movies, and to be honest, I may call it one of the best. Takes a somewhat unique premise, really gets the most out of it, and it has so many memorable moments you can't help but be invested. It's not perfect, but that's okay, it doesn't need to be. None of the flaws here take away from it. And aside from Moses being irrelevant, I can't really fault this. So if you're in need of a good shark movie, or you're a fan of psychopathic horror, then you really can't miss this movie. It's just that simple. So let me know what you think down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please share it. Hopefully I've turned you on to something good here. And if so, remember to hit the like button, and subscribing is an option too. Also, the gaming channel is there. It's got the same content with games, link in the description. I'm the Analyst, and remember kids, sharks are not evil. And when they accidentally rip the flesh from your bones, it doesn't hold much.